Now we're gonna work on the second part of the header, which is gonna be like a menu right here. You've seen the final build, so we're just gonna try and create that. So simply we can go back, let me close the add. So this is the index of our header. So after the add, we can create a new components. Let's call it, for example, top, okay, .js, and then RFC, and you can see it. We can copy the import for the style from other file and have it right here, and then go back to the index and import it after the add. So it's gonna be top. This is easier to keep, you know, track of all your components easier. So if I go back right now, I can see top right here. Okay, you can see that. So what I'm trying to do right now is going back. Let's go back to top. Let me remove everything from here. So let's have a class name. It's gonna be styles.top, and then inside it we're gonna use styles.top and then container. So we can go like with sense convention, and I'm gonna show you how that works. And then simply for container, let's have a div, empty div, and I'm gonna show you why. And then we're gonna have an ordered list. I can see that, so a UL, and then we can have the class name to be styles.toplist, like that. And then simply we're gonna have a bunch of elis. Okay, so the first one is gonna be like the image of the country. So this is gonna be simple, and we need some icons. Okay, so let's install some icons. I'm gonna show you what type of icons I'm talking about. So this is the image. Let me go back right here, and then let's go React icons. If you go back right here, just to show you, if I zoomed in a bit, you're gonna see this. So this US icons give you like access to all the different icons that you can have. Okay, so like for Bootstrap, for box icons, it's like all the famous libraries all gonna be in this one. Okay, so you can import anyone you want. It's actually very good. So I can like copy the npm install and go back right here. We're actually not gonna do that. I'm gonna use yarn, so it's the same thing. So let me clear this because I was uploading it to GitHub. So I'm gonna go right here, and then I'm gonna use yarn add, and then React icons. We're gonna use some. Okay, you can install it by npm, it's not a problem. And then also we're gonna need an image. So for me, the image is gonna be this one for the country, my country Morocco, but you can use any image you want. Okay, reset this. So I'm gonna go back right here. I'm gonna have the image, and this is the source, because we're gonna change that, because simply this is gonna be by country API detection. So we're gonna, when you open our website, we're gonna detect which country you are from, and then we're gonna show like the name of the country, and also we're gonna show the badge of that country, whatever you call it. So this is how it's gonna work. And then we're gonna have a span. This is gonna be Morocco, and then like the currency that we use in our website, like USD. And then it gets easier for the other elis. It's just gonna be like an icon, and then for example like a span, that's gonna be like buyer protection, example protection. So for the icon, you can go back right here and search for any type of icon, like for example security, and then you can take anyone you want from here. Okay, so for example I like this one. I can click on it, and I'm gonna copy it automatically, go back right here, and have it as a component like that. And then you just need to import it. So importing it is very easy. Import the name of it, and then from, and this is gonna be side curly braces, and this is gonna be from React icons, and then / just the 2 letters of that, which is gonna be MD. So it's gonna be from MD, like that. And if I go back to my browser, like to my app, see the image is too large, but you can see if we go down right here, you can see the icon here. Okay, when we work on the size, it's gonna get easier to see. So let me just continue with them. So another li, okay, and this one is gonna be for just a span inside it. So it's gonna see customer service, okay, and then another li, which is gonna see help, say help, okay. And then after that, simply we're gonna have another one. So for the text is gonna be, sorry, span, that's gonna be wish list. And then for the icon, let me just get the name right. So it's gonna be BS, and then suit heart. I hope this is right. And then I'm gonna go up top, copy that. So it's gonna be from the first 2 letters, which is gonna be BS. Go back right now and see if it's right. Yeah, it's right. Okay, so you can see things going on all right. And then after this li, you're gonna have the last one, but this one is going to be inside the div, and you're going to see why. So let's call this styles.flex, and inside this we're going to have the icon, which is going to be, okay, array account pin circle. Okay, this is very long name, circle, and then line, and then let me import that. You can import everything and start. I can import it in another way, but I prefer this way. So this is going to be from RI. Let me just see if it's actually true. Yeah, it's true. So this is icon, and then simply after that we're gonna have a span that's gonna say account, and then we're gonna have another icon which is gonna be that arrow down. So it's gonna be RI, and then it's gonna be arrow, and then drop down. So drop down and then fill. Okay, you can just choose whatever icons you want from there and then, you know, copy them. I'm just like doing it manually. Okay, so it's going to be from the same family, RI, like that, and there you have it. So if you go back right now, okay, so we have it. So now we actually can work on some styles. So going back to the styles, first of all I want to add like a comment right here. So this is for the ad, like that. Okay, that's actually, let me just make it all capital maybe. Okay, if I can. Okay, I can. And then right here just gonna be top, and then right here we're gonna select the class name top, and then for the background is gonna be if8. Okay, so it's gonna be like close to white, but it's not white exactly. Then for border top, which is gonna be 1 pixel solid, and then EA, and then also EEE. This is gonna be also for the bottom. Okay, so from both sides you can see it a little bit. So this is the color and this is the white color. So this is all for that. Also, one thing I want to do is actually add like some sort of a box shadow for the header. Okay, so we can go right here and add a box shadow. So this box shadow we're going to use it a few times, so maybe we can go back actually to the, where is it, the styles, and then the base, and add it as a variable here. So this is going to be our first variable. So it's going to be shadow 1, and then we can have the shadow right here. So it's going to be RGBE, and let me just make sure that the numbers are right. So 99, and then 99, then 99, then 0.2 transparency, and then another one 0 pixel, 2 pixel, 8 pixel, and then 0 pixel again. So now I can go back right here and just call the variable, which is called shadow 1, like that. Okay, so if I go back I can see some sort of shadow right here. So let me close the base, go back right here, and then go back to the top. So we were on top right here. If you remember, we have this top, and then after that the class name was top underscore container. There is something very cool in SAS that you don't have to recall the name of the parents, but you can use the and like that to represent that. So the and that stands for top, and then we can simply pick the container like that. So this is actually pretty nice, I like it. So for the padding, and we're not gonna start with the padding, max width 95%, so we can have like some 5% from the right and left. So to make it in the center, margin 0 auto, like that, and then a padding of 5 pixel, then display flex, then align items to center it vertically. Then horizontally, what I'm trying to do is simply I'm gonna have one side to the left and the other side to the right. So to do that, there is a way that's called the justify content, and then space between. So if we have two divs, the first div is going to be on the left side and the other one is going to be on the right, and that's the reason I have this empty class name right here, empty div right here. Okay, so this div is simply going to be empty, so we can have it on the left, and this goes to the right automatically. This is just like a trick, which is actually very nice. So if you go back, you can actually see it. Okay, so also let me just temporarily add like an image width, just temporarily. We're gonna change that, like for example with 20 pixel, just so it stops annoying us. Okay, like that. And then we're gonna select the UL. So if you go back right here, which called top list. Okay, so we can do the and as usual, and then underscore list, and then simply this is gonna be display flex, and then we're gonna have a gap of 15 pixels, so space between them. And I was gonna go to do the margin 0, but we already done that in the receipting styles. Okay, so that's actually very nice. And then if I go back and see right now, okay, so these are on a line. So the few changes we're gonna do, so let's get to that. Zoomed in a bit so you can actually see what's going on. Going back to the styles, so we are in the list. So let me select every list item, and I'm gonna use display flex, align item center, and then justify content center. So everything is going to be in the center, then gap of 4 pixel, and then the color is going to be this one. Okay, so let me go back and see. like that. So this is getting way better. And then after that, we're gonna have another class name that we had, which is called flex. Where is it? So right here. Okay, so this one, we want to select that, so it's gotta be inside the eli. So display flex, and then align item center, and then we're gonna have a gap of 2 pixels, and then the svg inside we're gonna use transform. So want to scale it a bit to be a bit bigger, 1.2, and then margin right 3 pixels, like that. So that's for the flex. And then after that, we're gonna select the image now, and then the width 28 pixels, and then object fit, so it's already round, so object fit, then cover, and then we also need the we're gonna make it round even if it's not. So border reduce 50%. That's how you make an image, you know, round, even if you have the width and the height the same, and then you add the border radius 50%, like that. So let me remove that. So that's for the image. And then we're gonna select every single svg, the width 20 pixels, the height 20 pixels, and then the fill is gonna be with this color, which is kind of gray. And then after that, we're gonna select the span, and then font size 12 pixels. And then let me just go back and see. Okay, like that. So one thing that we could do, like for example, is actually, let me just think a bit, we can have like those lines between them, okay, between every single one of them. So we can do that by the after element. So this is the list. Okay, so this is the eli. Let me go back. So right here after the span, and then I'm gonna select the after, and then let me just add a position relative right here to the, not the list, the eli, and then go back right here. So the content of it is gonna be empty, content empty, and then we're gonna have the position to be absolute. This is basic css. So from the right, we're gonna have -8 pixels, and then from the top is going to be 50% to make it in the center. So to make it also in the center, we use the trick transform and then translate y -50%, so it's exactly in the center. And then we're going to have a width of 1 pixel, and then the height of it is going to be 20 pixel, and the background is going to be this color CCC. Okay, let me go back, and you can actually see it right now. But I don't want to have it for the last one. I want to remove it from it. So I can just go. So we are in the list item. So I'm going to go to last of type. So that means the last one. And then I'm going to select the after. And then, so this is going to be and then simply display none. Let me go back, and you can actually see it. So if I zoom out, this is how it looks. If you have a small screen, it's not going to look good for you. So let me just zoom in again. So this list item right here is going to be like, probably for this one is going to be a link. So make sure we're going to change that later when we work on them. So maybe we can do that right now. So for the wish list, for example, you can go back. Let me show you something. So this is the wish list. You can actually just make it a link. Okay. And this link, let me see if we import it. So from next link, and then for the href, it's going to be /profile and then /wish list, like that. Okay, so that's gonna take it there. So maybe we can add a cursor pointer for all of them. If you go back right here, where's the list item? Okay, so this one at the end, cursor pointer. And also maybe when we hover on it, like we can go to inside the span and we make the color fully black maybe. Yeah, or just something not as harsh as black. Yeah, something like that. Let me just see it not zoomed in, because that's how you get the real feeling. Okay, I like it. So let me zoom again. So now actually that we've done that, we may need to work on the menu